What's up, everybody? It's Andy McKee here, and that tune that I just played is a piece called She, and that's a tune that I dedicated to a girlfriend many years ago when I was trying to impress her with my guitar playing skills. And fortunately it worked out in the end, and we got married and have 2 kids together now. So that's kind of the story behind that piece. But what I wanted to show you with that is a little bit about fingerstyle guitar and a little bit about altered tunings. So a big part of my approach to guitar playing and composing is to use altered tunings. I really like to sort of explore in these new tunings and come up with new chord voicings and different ways of achieving a melody with these different tunings. So the tuning that She is in from low to high is B, G, D, G, A, D. So your 6th string has to go down 2.5 steps. So that's pretty low, and I really wouldn't recommend tuning lower than that in an altered tuning on a standard pitch guitar, because you're going to start to run into intonation problems. But in any case, that's a B on the 6th string. Your 5th string goes down a whole step to G. Your D string is normal. Your G string is normal. And your 2nd string goes down a whole step to A. And your 1st string goes down a whole step to D. All right, and then I've also got a capo on the 5th fret. So it sounds like that. All right, so this tuning is, if you take those 3 low strings, you can see it's sort of a G major chord that's been inverted, B, G, and D. And then the G, A, D on the other 3. If you put that all together, you sort of end up with a G add 9 that's been inverted. And we have a B in the bass. Okay? I really like the sound of that tuning. I've used it in a few tunes, and if nothing else, you can take this tuning and run with it and see what you can come up with. But if you want to dive into She, let's take a look at that. So this tune is pretty straight ahead fingerstyle. There's not a whole lot of weird techniques. There's a little bit of tapping in there, but most of it's straight ahead kind of Travis style. And what that is a reference to Merle Travis, where you have an alternating bass sort of pattern with your thumb. And that's also kind of goes back to ragtime piano. It kind of simulates that approach, but on the guitar, where you're just kind of going between bass notes with your thumb. Okay, sort of to generate a rhythmic idea, but also support the chord changes and the melody that you're going to be doing. So your thumb is going to be going back and forth pretty much between the 3 low strings here to get those bass notes. And if you haven't played much fingerstyle guitar before, a sort of good general rule that I follow and a lot of guys do is these 3 fingers sort of cover the treble strings. So your ring finger will play the 1st string, your middle finger will play the 2nd string, and your index finger will play the 3rd string. Then your thumb will cover the bass notes, the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings. Okay, so that's just a general rule to keep in mind, all right? Okay, so the tune starts like this. Okay, so your thumb is going back and forth like that on the 5th and 4th strings. Then you're going to grab with these 2, your ring and middle finger, you're going to grab the 2 high strings. You're going to be holding down the 2nd fret on the 1st string. Of course, I'm going to refer to these frets as if this were open, since we have the capo. So this is 2nd fret. Hammer on, pull off, hammer on up to the 4th, pull off back to the 2, and then pull off to 0. And then grab them again with your ring and middle. And come over to the 3rd fret on the low string. Okay, so now at this point we're going 6, 4, 6, 4 on the bass, okay? So then we play the 2nd string, hammer onto the 2nd fret, grab the 1st string, that's grabbing 2 and 4, and then 3rd string. Come up to the 5th fret. There I just hammered on the 4th fret of the 4th string. Okay. Come down to the 1st fret on the 6th string. So there I'm just adding in the 2nd fret on the 4th string. again to the beginning. I'm just going to walk up 2 to 4. Okay, so here I've got the 7th fret with my pinky on the 1st string, and then 4th fret on the 4th string with the index finger. Okay, that's it there. So we're going to take the pinky off and then hit the 1st string. Okay, so still keeping the index finger on 4, and then we've added in the 5th fret on the 6th string. And then just kind of repeats. So now we're going to add in a little bit of tapping, okay? And we're going to do some strumming as well. So you may have noticed my ridiculously long thumbnail. You don't have to have a thumbnail this long to play fingerstyle guitar. Some people use thumb picks. I found that I couldn't really use those very well because I was used to a different sort of angle. A thumb pick kind of comes off of your thumb this way. But I was just so used to hitting the string with my flesh when I started, and a little bit of nail, that I decided that it just didn't feel right using a thumb pick for me. So I grew out my thumbnail a bit to get a little bit more attack on the bass notes, and also for some strumming I use that to do up strums, my thumbnail. So, but you can still kind of do this stuff without that. You might just have a little bit of a different character, you know, to the bass notes if you're just using flesh. If you even just grow your thumbnail out a little bit, you can kind of angle it to get that too when you're doing the bass notes or strumming. But in any case, we're going to do some strumming here. So we've got this index finger on the 1st fret of the 6th string, and then we're going to hammer on the 2nd fret of the 2nd and 4th strings with the down strum, like that. So down, up. Okay, so down with the backs of the nails and up with the thumbnail is what we do there. Tap with the index and middle finger. Grab this 5th fret on the 2nd and 4th strings. And pull that off to open, and so your left hand has to come off of that 2nd fret as well to get that open. Okay. All right, and then come up, and now we're on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and then we're going to hammer on the 4th fret of the 1st and 3rd. Same sort of pattern here of strum and hammer on, and then we're going to tap 7th fret up here on the 1st and 3rd string and pull that off to open. Okay. So at this point, you're going to just hammer on this 7th fret on the low string. And then you play 4th and 3rd, come up to the 8th fret, 4th and 1st, like that. Pull off to 0 and play 4th and 3rd. And that's the end of the pattern. Pull off the 2nd fret on the 1st and 3rd string. All right, now here we're just doing these little moves here. So we got the 5th fret on the 6th string, 4th fret on the 5th string. Grab the 2nd and 3rd strings with your index and middle. Come down to the 1st fret. Play 6th string, 4th string, and then 1st and 2nd. Instead of 1 and 2 on the 2nd one, okay? Goes back again to the beginning. of throw in sort of just randomly sometimes when I play this tune, but what I'm doing there is just walking down 7, 5, 4. So, sorry. All right, so just like that. The rest of it's the same. Going through that section again. Now here's a little change that we're going to do. So here, you're going to be the 3rd fret on the 6th string, 3rd fret on the 4th, 3rd fret on the 2nd. And you're going to grab the bass with your thumb, and then these 3 fingers will be on 4, 3, and 2. So here's where we're kind of breaking that rule of using these 3 just to play the 3 high strings. You know, you can always change that a bit whenever you need to if you're grabbing a chord like this. So you grab that. Down to the 1st fret on the bass, and then 2nd fret on the 2nd and 4th string. You just come down chromatic to the 1st fret, okay, with the 2nd and 4th string. Just kind of pull that one off the 2nd string. Fret on the bass. Okay, so it just kind of turns back around. All right, so one time through there. Back again. Thing again. All right, so let me just get to the next part that's new. So once you get back down through here, we're going to go back to this chord here on the 3rd fret, with the 3rd fret on the 4th and 2nd and 6th, all those, and we're going to kind of slowly build the tempo up. Same chords as before. So this little thing here, I'm just tapping the bass notes that happen here, and then my right hand fingers are doing a little pattern to fill in some harmony there in between the bass notes. Okay, so what you want to do is take your index finger and hammer on the 10th fret, the 5th fret. Okay, right there. And we're going to play 2nd and 3rd, and then you're going to hit 7th fret on the 5th string. 1 and 2, and you're going to come over here and hit the 4th fret on the 4th string, and then play the 2nd string open, and that's the pattern. Okay, so all right. Okay, and you can practice just that little pattern there until you're comfortable with it. Tempo you want. Okay, now it kind of does that again, but this time the only change is going to hit the 7th fret on the 4th string to start the pattern, but the rest of it is the same. So it's right here. So that's the second one. And then we're going to move down here, and we got the 3rd fret on the 6th string, All right, and we start again with the 2 and 3. But then you're going to hammer the 4th fret on the 4th string and grab the 1 and 2. And then you're going to hit 2nd fret on the 4th string and pull it off to 0. Okay? And then you're going to do this pattern here with your left hand. So after we did that last pull off from 2 to 0, you're going to hammer on from 2 up to 4 and pull that off, and then hit 2 again on the 4th string, and then 4th fret on the 5th string, pull off the index, pull off the ring. You don't even have to use your right hand at all. Okay? Back into here. Okay. At the very end, we're going to do these little harmonics where you fret the harmonic with your index and pluck with your thumb behind it. Okay, and again, the thumbnail kind of helps with this, but you don't have to have that. Okay, so that's on the 7th fret of the 2nd and 3rd string. 1st and 2nd. 2nd and 3rd. 3rd and 4th. 2nd and 3rd, 1st and 2nd, 2nd and 3rd. At the very end, you just go across 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the end. All right. Okay, I hope you found that kind of interesting, and you know, if you enjoyed that and you've never really gotten into fingerstyle guitar much before, I actually have a channel on truefire.com where I teach guitar lessons, and I upload a new video every week, but you can also take private lessons with me through there if you'd like to get into this style a little bit more. Maybe one other thing too is I'll talk about this guitar real quick to you. This is a Greenfield guitar. Some people think it's a Google guitar when they see that emblem up there, but Greenfield, Michael Greenfield is the luthier, and he's got a website at greenfieldguitars.com if you'd like to check it out. I've been playing his guitars for many years now, and I actually have a signature model with him now, which is pretty much this guitar right here, but I've had this since before we did the signature thing. So, but in any case, this one, there's a bevel here, which is nice if you're playing guitar for a long time. It's not cutting into your arm with that 90-degree angle, and also there's one on this side as well, so it's not cutting into your chest if you're hunched over playing, you know. Also has fan frets, which helps with the intonation, especially with the detuning that I like to do. If going down to B, for example, like on she or C even sometimes, it helps with that to keep it more in tune everywhere up and down the neck, because the bass strings have a longer scale length. All right. So yeah, for more information on that, check out greenfieldguitars.com. And man, I hope to see you sometime soon out on the road one of these days. Really miss getting out to go and perform, so hopefully we'll be able to do it again soon. All right, take care.